Former U.S. President Donald Trump has repeatedly criticized value-added tax, calling it excessive and claiming it disadvantages American businesses. His views contributed to a tariff war targeting regions like the European Union, where VAT rates can exceed 25%. Following Brexit, the United Kingdom gained the ability to adjust its VAT policy independently from the European Union. This has sparked debate about whether the UK should reduce or even abolish VAT entirely in an effort to stimulate trade and economic growth, particularly with the United States. Michael Gove previously suggested replacing VAT with a simpler, lower sales tax as part of his campaign to lead the Conservative Party. However, VAT remains a major source of government revenue, generating £169 billion last year alone. The Labour Party has also proposed extending VAT to private school fees, which is expected to add £15 billion to government funds next year. Some commentators argue that cutting VAT could align with Trump's logic by potentially improving trade relations with the US and reducing costs for consumers. The concept of transforming the UK into a low-tax economy has been compared to a Singapore on the Thames model as described by former Chancellor Jeremy Hunt. Despite these discussions, economists emphasize that VAT does not function as a trade barrier. Professor Rita Della Feria of the University of Leeds notes that VAT is a consumption tax applied at the point of sale, in the country where the product is used, not where it is produced. For example, importers pay VAT at the border, but later deduct it when selling goods to customers, which makes the system neutral in terms of trade impact. The United States does not impose a federal VAT system. Instead, it relies on varying local sales taxes ranging from 0 to around 11%. Trump has argued that the absence of VAT in the US gives an unfair advantage to other nations, but economists state that VAT and sales tax serve similar economic purposes and are structured to tax consumption rather than production. Reducing VAT in the UK would result in significant revenue losses for the government, especially at a time when public finances are under pressure. Between 2023 and 2024. 2024. VAT was the third largest source of revenue in the UK after income tax and national insurance contributions. Although the Trump administration previously raised concerns about VAT, its recent announcements on trade tariffs did not directly mention VAT. Instead, attention appears to have shifted to other trade issues, such as food standards, particularly American interest in exporting products like chlorine-washed chicken to the UK. There is currently no indication that changes to the UK VAT system would directly affect trade negotiations with the United States. Experts maintain that VAT remains a neutral tax in international trade, and that adjustments to it would primarily impact domestic revenue rather than bilateral trade outcomes.